Good morning to day 197. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. A lot of people around the world, friends and family, watch the video, so just want to pass on the best for them for today, stroke tomorrow. Also, we've got quite a few people around the world that are starting to follow the channel, which is amazing, and happy Christmas Eve to you guys too. I hope you have an amazing day tomorrow. I'm not going to be around a lot today for on-site, so just thought I'd check in reasonably early this morning, give you a quick update on what actually happened last night because I didn't finish off yesterday, and talk about briefly what we did yesterday versus what we're going to do today. So, okay, so in this main room itself, as you can see, we're starting to get a few points going in the ceilings. So this will be wireless points for argument's sake. There's a wireless point going here, there's a wireless point going there. We decided to have them 20 foot, which is central, and 5 foot from the wall, so it comes away from whatever's going to be over this side. So there'll be two on this side of the room. There's one actually going in this hallway, which I assume is in already. Oh, there you go, we've got one central in the main hallway for the rear bedrooms. Obviously yesterday a lot of stuff took place, but it doesn't look like it's changed, but obviously a lot of first fix electrical going in. A lot more holes bashed out of walls again. And I'm seeing other stuff there, which means there's probably going to be more. But anyway, I want to obviously this all kept clean. But our cleaner went home sick on day 3. Not a great start. But one thing we did do, which I wanted to just update people on, I had quite a few comments on the window element. We worked on this window yesterday. I worked with a window fitter. We literally took the whole thing apart. So we started from fresh. We took all the actual screws out. We took all the shims out. We took the glass out. We started by lasering, making sure that was balanced, making sure that that was on the money laser-wise, and fixed it with, obviously, shims all along where the screws were. We did exactly the same on this side, and we were still getting a slight biting down here. Then we worked out how to adjust the hinge left and right, and then we also worked out how to do the same here. And now with glass in, without the glass in, it was actually shutting quite nice. Then we put the glass in, and it was not too bad. And then we toe and heeled here. So we packed here, we packed here, we packed here, and we packed here. And then got the beads in, and apart from a slight issue with the window biting here, the window actually shuts. So we've sort of worked out how to get that done now. So now we need to do it on every other window. But unfortunately, John, if you're listening, typical trade person, turns up, spends 2 hours, works something out, and says, I've got another job to go to. So I was hoping to get all the windows out and rebalanced today so that they were done before Christmas. And then when we came back Tuesday, we'd be focusing on just doing the bifolds. But he's disappeared, and he basically said to me he may be able to get back here today to try and test one of the actual bifold doors. Because we need to test the bifold doors, because if they're not high enough, then we need to adjust those. So the thresholds we've had done approximately. We put a bit of 2x6 in there to give us the distance we needed, and we know the threshold needs to come up level with the inner floor, so we reckon they're going to be too low. So we're going to have to know exactly how high to put something in here to have a little bit of play to shim that up and silicone that in. So if we can get that done today, then we know what to do, and we can probably get those done today so that when Tuesday when he comes, he can focus on getting these balanced back up and cracking into those. But I know that's not going to happen, which means these may get done on Tuesday, Wednesday. These are going to get done Wednesday, Thursday, and it just knock on. So it's a knock-on effect all the time. The white mortar guys yesterday were doing the sides. So they've done a reasonable job. Again, not straight as always. So they finished off that side as well. They didn't do here because the guys were still making this good. So I hope they've been measuring as they've gone, which again, without being rude to tradespeople and Bayesian tradespeople, as we've always said, square and measuring seem to be something they just forget about. So again, outside done here, outside done there. But again, what they've got to do is measure from the inside to the inside to make sure we're getting the right distance. This one was always a nightmare, so I had to have quite a bit of work done on this one. So I don't know how they've gone here, but I hope, bear in mind they've actually scratch coated here, and they've also now done the white on both sides. I'm hoping that the distance now between here and here is correct. If not, then that's going to have to be scratch coated on this side. So again, we can't keep on editing every single thing we do. It is how I feel sometimes. What else we've got to do in here? So today, hopefully, the plasterboard man is going to come and he's going to analyse, obviously, some of the rooms that the electricians and the plumbers have now pretty much finished. So he can't put the board on the outside until they've done what they need to do on the inside. So from what I'm seeing at the moment, there is plenty now finished for him to start boarding up. So we can start boarding and creating rooms. Once the boarding is on, then it's insulation and it's making sure that everyone finishes their first fix. And once that's done, then we are literally boarding up the other sides. And that's when we're white skimming, sanding and painting. So that stage should be quite quick. The main stage at the moment, obviously, is the detail within the walls, which we have to get finished. So I'm speaking to the guys today. I want to make sure we start having a bit of a plan. I've asked them to liaise with each other to make sure that they can come into a room, they can finish it, move on, next room, finish it, move on, next room, finish, move on. But at the moment, they're dabbling with all the rooms because they have to. But if they could just try and go back and finish what they need to do in the first room, then the plasterboard can start going on. Then they go to room 4, they can come back to room 2, finish room 2, plasterboard can go on. They can move on to room 5, finish room 3, so on and so forth. But at the moment, they don't seem to be communicating. They just know that there's work need to be done. So rather than go and do your 5 rooms and then I'll come in and start at room 1, they should literally be working with each other so they can start finishing room 1 and then room 2 and room 3. Bear in mind, they've all got to do their own thing. So I need to chase the plumber today because the plumber is busy and he tends to sort of dabble. And there's a lot he needs to do as far as I'm aware, so I don't want him holding everything up. So I should be chasing him today. Perfect example, not put the conduit hole through the beam up there low enough. And as you can see, the ceiling is now bending down because it can't touch. So he's gonna have to cango above there and get that right out to roof height so that he can get that pipe tucked up. And the same in here as well. We can't board and put our ceiling joists on here all the time that is coming out 2 to 3 inches lower. So he's going to have to get that sorted. And any form of pipe work, you know, he's still got to connect up the mains into the building, he's still got to put the tanks in, he's still got to connect up the mains and the pumps. He's still got to feed the main house with the mains from there. At the moment it's being fed by a pipe that's coming down here somewhere. There it is there, look, it's white pipe. So there's a lot he's got to do, but he seems to be busy elsewhere, as most tradespeople are. And that's one bit of advice I'd have for it. When you select somebody that's going to do something for you on a contract, whether it be the ceilings, whether it be the electrics, whether it be the plumbing, or number one, the person that is actually selling to you is the one with the experience. They have to assure you that they're going to be on the job, running the job, doing the work with their team. 90% of the time they turn up, set up, and they disappear and leave people on the job. They don't actually stay on the job and manage the job for you. So then you're always asking questions. Why is that happening? That wasn't meant to be happening. Where is he? Why is he not here? It's like that all the time. And at the moment, without being rude, it's the same in England, but here, most people turn up and disappear. So Mel, the electrician, spot on. He turns up, he does the work, he brings his men, he stays and does the work. Plumber does the same sort of thing, but he's not here enough. But then other tradespeople, they just seem to turn up, do their thing, and then leave other people that you don't know doing the work that you've never even communicated with. So they then don't know quite what you wanted done, and they start doing something you weren't expecting or not in the right way. So it's frustrating. And on top of that, obviously, all tradespeople balance work between other jobs. So they tell you, yeah, I can do this job and that's the price. What they don't tell you is that you're one of 3 or 4 jobs they've got, and they're trying to go in between you and them and back and forth, and they're dabbling. They need to come, start and finish. That's what they don't do. So I'm giving advice. I've fallen into the same trap here. I knew that was going to happen. Window guy, perfect example. He was meant to come here Tuesday and continue until the windows are finished. He's done 1.5 days. We're now on Friday. So it should have been 4 solid days. So he wasn't here. He did it 2 hours yesterday, had a day off the day before that, and was here all day the day before. At 3 days, this is the 4th, he should be here all the time. He's not going to be here today. He might come out and test the threshold. So my 4 days job has turned into 1 hour, 1 day and 2 hours. It's not good enough. So just be prepared if you are, and there's a couple of you actually saying, I'm going to be building on the island, I'm going to be building full stop. Just be careful that, number one, are they good at what they do? Have you seen the work? Have you spoken to the people that have had the work done, and do they recommend that individual? And more importantly, are you going to be on this job all the time? When are you going to start and when are you going to finish? That's the thing you need to clarify, which half the time, unfortunately, they don't deliver. But anyway, that was just a bit of advice because I'm feeling the pain myself. So every time they're not here, perfect example. Well, second machine that's broken down. Of the 2 weeks they've been here, I'd say they've been here for 4 days. So the well's not finished. I've got a machine sitting here that's broken, that's not been taken away to be fixed. And you're always chasing, and they never come back to you. So it's frustrating. It creates delays. So, but anyway, another thing the guys were doing yesterday in the annex here, again, ready mix, didn't do a very good job. So let me show you what they did in here. I've had to pay masons now to come in and patch up any form of honeycomb that they created by not vibrating properly. So it's not a lot in here, obviously, but I've had to erect scaffolding, which has cost me money. I've had to get 2 tradespeople that I have to pay per day, and they've had to get up there scratch coating a roof that should have been vibrated properly. It should have looked like that, and it was looking a little bit more like that, but worse. So we've had to physically scratch coat that because you could physically see the steel. So if you can see the steel, then so can the sea, as in the salt, and as a result, you get rust. I've also had to have them reskim this whole wall down here because Ready Mix were chucking concrete off the roof onto here, as you can see, and as you can see, the splashes everywhere. It was literally going everywhere, so that completely destroyed a wall that we'd already scratch coated and plastered. So we had to redo that again at our cost. Ready Mix should be coming here and either rectifying that or compensating us to rectify it, but their attitude's been computer says no. So again, strongly recommend that you reference the companies you're going to be using. Ready Mix is meant to be the best concrete company on the island, and without being rude, I have not had a good experience of either one. I've used the worst one and the best one, and they're both exactly the same. There's no difference apart from the end product, but even then the end product itself, I paid Ready Mix to provide us a better concrete. So I would say it was a better concrete, but then I paid them to give us a better concrete. So difficult one really to decide whether it was a better service or not. It was certainly a lot more expensive. Other things we did yesterday. I always love making holes. They love it. Absolutely love it. So look at the bloody state of that. So I'm not too sure what that is. It's obviously a conduit that's going to be coming from upstairs to here. I'm assuming it's going to be some form of maybe either hot water supply or it's going to be some form of electrics. I don't know. But as you can see, they've had to make an absolute mess. And again, they never, ever, ever sweep up. So bloody frustrating. There's literally no need at all. You know, it takes 5 seconds to run a broom around. So anyway, that was done. Scratch coat up this side here, which should have been done ages ago, but the guys did that yesterday. So the white mortar guys now really can do that there, the other end here. They can also now go down this wall here, which they were meant to do this yesterday. Down that wall there, across here, they can do all of that there. We're going to leave the side and the garage side because obviously we're going to be doing the garage and pouring the roof, and that's just going to splash grey mortar concrete everywhere. So grey on white is an absolute disaster. You have to redo it, so there's no point. So we're going to leave that side. The hallway, as you saw, was finished off. My site manager said it wasn't a great job, but I think it looks okay. The first one to moan if it's not, but it's not the smoothest finish on this side. As you can see, there's quite a bit of texturing on here. It's not meant to be. This side is a lot smoother. I mean, look. That's how the whole house is meant to be, really smooth. So it looks all right to me. So these will come off today. This is where the door frame's going to get built. We're speaking to a really nice guy at the moment who seems to have given us a reasonably good price at fitting the door. So again, what we're going to be going for here is a 10-foot door. It will be very similar to my fingers in as much as it will join in that way and open this way and connect, and on the other side it will be like that. So it'll be a 10-foot door here with a 2-foot window above. That's what we're going to be aiming for. We're going to get a temporary window made to go in here for now because our windows aren't going to be coming for a little bit. We're also going to get a temporary door put in here, and we're also going to get a temporary door put in here, and we're going to board over the top and that window there for now. So once the window's in, like I said to the window fitter yesterday, as soon as he can give me windows that fit and slide and lock, I can start fitting out. So I'm like, the longer you delay, the longer you're delaying me. I need to get the kitchen in. I need to get the bathrooms in. I need to start fitting out. I can't fit out until you give me a sealed building. So from my point of view, if it wasn't Christmas and I had the time, I'd start fitting it myself. But from my point of view, it is what it is. So As you can see down here, a couple of things I would spot. Again, anyone building the iron, detail like people leaving rebar in the middle of nowhere. We had 2 rebar rods here that weren't even on the plan, so I've got no idea what they were. They poured, weren't spotted. There was so much rebar we couldn't spot what was going on, so we had to cut them out, and now we've had to fill them. So now they're going to have to be sanded and blended in, and another one here. And then obviously the white mortar guys, even though they put sand and everything down, look at the white mortar room, the floor that's going to be broken up. Very minor, it will come off, it will scrub off, but it just looks messy. They've also started taking out some of the 2x4s and the framework that was in here now, and you can start seeing that it's a little bit messy. So again, once this is finished, we're going to have to get the masons on it. They're going to have to scratch coat in a nice smooth set of steps, which is a real pain. Forgive me for the wind, but obviously then the guys have got to also scratch coat, got to plaster all that here, around here as well. That's the bit that at the moment we had done a couple of days ago, they haven't finished off. They're also going to have to do something about this. You know, this is all broken off, so I need to get that sorted. And they've also got to blend the building in properly. We've still got this horrible line where they did the top and then the 2-foot beam underneath separate. We have a marking all the way through, so it's semi-blended in colour-wise now, which is good. But they've got to try and get rid of this join that they've done all the way down the building. I mean, they finished that at 2 in the morning. So they were doing it in the dark. It looks messy, so that's going to have to be sorted. The wells, manholes even, sorry. The manholes were done. This one was done yesterday. That one was done yesterday as well. We still haven't formworked this one up and done this one yet, so we need to do that. As far as where the guys did get the other ones finished around here, I'm hoping. Yeah, so that one's finished. That one's finished, that one's finished, that one's finished. Oh, yeah, so it looks like they finished all of these, which is good. We've still got to get the well sorted out, but what we did manage to do yesterday was break through the well itself, get the pipe run through, get it concreted and get it sanded. So that is now ready for backfill. We can backfill all of this. The well still needs to be done, but they work inside that. But we can backfill all of this. So we've got a company that's coming out to with a bobcat, level all of this, bring all of our soil from over the road back over here, get it all filled, get it all leveled, and then we've got some backsoil. We've actually got some topsoil that we're going to be bringing in, which is better mud, and obviously that'll bring it to height, and hopefully it will look prettier in the eye. That's the aim. So hopefully that will end up taking place in the next couple of days. In here, this is the well itself. Still lots of work to be done. As you can see that block down there. As you can see it's only about 2.5 foot. So I would say in total probably about 10, 11 feet at the moment. We've got to do 25 feet. So obviously we've got our pipe hanging out here now, which is good. So it's just literally getting the guys to come out and consistently bloody drill and dig until it's done. But again, a very unreliable source. And unfortunately, there's only 2 sources on the island that do it really. There's one company called Williams, and they do a big drill, but like I said to you, they couldn't fit us in. And then there's Troy Williams, who I've been recommended to, but he's the one doing it manually. He just doesn't seem to arrive. I mean, nice guy, but it seems that he's only got a few machines and a few people, and when something goes wrong with the people on the machine, everything stops. So anyway, that's where we are so far. So still plenty to be done, and obviously a Christmas period of slowdown for the next 2 to 3 days. So the guys at the moment are, again, I don't know about you guys, but they seem to be looking to work Christmas Day and Boxing Day are out, obviously, but then the Boxing Day goes into a bank holiday weekend, which means Tuesday is when people are going to be back here. So we're going to be working back here on Tuesday. They're going to do today until 2 o'clock, then it'll be Saturday, Sunday off, and then it'll be back to work on Tuesday. So fingers crossed we can get a little bit done today. I think it's going to be quite a slow day, you know what work's like when there's holidays coming. And then we'll be back to normal as of Tuesday, fingers crossed. And hopefully by then I can come in and see a little bit of a difference, and also have a clear plan on what we're bloody going to do. That is for sure. But anyway, that's it for now. If I don't come back on the camera in the meantime, I really do hope that everyone that watches has a great Christmas. Please like and subscribe. Since I've actually asked people to like and subscribe, we've had probably about another 10, 15 people, and so many more comments this morning. Probably took me about an hour to answer comments. It's amazing. I like it. So yeah, let's get more people on. Yeah, and from my point of view, let's try and get any form of knowledge that I'm learning by out to the open. and anything you guys want to see in particular that's going on the job that I'm not covering, or you want to see in more detail, please let me know. I'm more than happy to go into detail on anything in particular to try and help anyone out that is doing anything on the island or wants to learn what they're about to undertake on the island. Other than that, have an amazing Christmas. I'm sure I'll see and speak to all of you in the new year.